Cheers to another episode.
Puggy Mama, cheers.
Yeah, drink it, Puggy. For those of you that are curious, we are drinking the 1800 mango margarita mix with tahini and red pepper flakes.
So good.
Literally so good.
So delish.
So good.
One of the most drunkiest times I've seen Silks is off of margarita mix, and he was holding just the bottle of margarita mix.
Like,
and walking around with it. And I was like,
in the sky.
that's sick. You're gonna barf.
No, she was like,
Sugary.
that's so hot.
I was like, damn, babe.
Yeah.
Keep doing that. I love that.
All right. So welcome to this episode of Classy, Sassy, and Shade. I'm Colleen. You can find me on Instagram at Colleen on the Move.
I'm Jess. You can find me on Instagram as at Jess Schmidt Hair with 2 S's and not 3.
Yeah, for all of your hair needs.
For all your hair needs.
And
Whoa.
then I've recently decided that I'm going to go ahead and start taking new clients for travel. So if you guys are looking to book an all-inclusive or cruise coming up.
Period.
Hello. It's time to start making babies in the Caribbean. Just saying. May's the month.
May is the month?
Yeah, people like get married and have babies in May.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah, it's like the
She
Puggy
has a lot to say about this.
Yeah, and that's Puggy. She's like, don't forget me, Mom. I'm on Instagram.
You are on Instagram.
She should be on Instagram.
The Puggy Mama.
I know, at the Puggy Mama.
She's going to be our little mascot.
Mm-hmm. Today she's Easter Pug.
Easter Puggy Mom.
Yeah, I'm an Easter Pug.
Do you believe in the Easter Bunny? Yeah.
She's all, I am the Easter Bunny.
She is the Easter Bunny. She could deliver eggs to my house.
Yeah, she could just drop them right out of her behind.
Literally, with the economy these days, please. Please, Puggy Mama.
She's all, and one for you, and one for you, and one for you. All right, so today's prompt of the day is: you and your best friend are having a sleepover when suddenly they disappear. What happened? Oh, I know.
What? You go first.
They were never my friend. They were my frenemy.
So
and I bippity boppity booed them.
So you got them to disappear.
Yes.
With a spell?
I don't know.
Like, are you doing
Am I like doing witchcraft?
Because I've heard that if you flip your broom upside down in the house, if you flip it over so it's like handle on the floor, broom part up, that it'll get people to leave. It's a spell.
I bet you it probably actually works because it probably makes people uncomfortable.
It's like an eyesore.
Yeah.
Like, why is your broom like that?
And like, you've got to think like all the dirt and grime.
Yeah.
I was thinking, because I have a German Shepherd. Mm-hmm. So like the bristles definitely have dog hair.
Totally.
In them, like 100%. We have 2 vacuums and my broom is still covered in dog hair. I imagine that if that was in my kitchen, because that's where we keep our broom, like flipped upside down, people would be like, I don't want to eat here.
Yeah, for sure. So maybe somebody try that and let us know.
This is unsanitary. Not the environment I want to be in. No, I don't think that I like made a deal with Dr. Facila.
Mm-hmm.
I like made a deal to like make her puff. I don't necessarily want anything bad to happen to her. She just like goes into abyss and like just hangs out until like I'm done.
In purgatory.
Okay,
or
when you say it like that, that sounds kind of bad.
Or does she like go home? Like, do you poof her home?
No, because she can come back. She's got to be like technically like in a box where people can't see her. Like she's invisible. Oh, she's invisible. Oh my God. I puffed her and she's still there, but she's invisible and nobody can hear or see her.
Can she hear and see you?
Yeah.
So you can't talk about her when she's
I can.
poofed? Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean like,
who cares
it'd be
at
rude.
that point?
Yeah, I mean like if I puffed her, like I've got it coming.
You do?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But then like if I told people that I puffed her, that would really be bad on my part.
Right.
Yeah.
You probably shouldn't do that.
No.
I had a friend.
She's here right now, actually.
Oh my God. I turned her into a dog.
And I named her Puggy Mama. I treat her very well. Like, and she gets costume changes every day.
She does.
And she gets wet food. I treat her very well.
She's a princess.
Uh-huh. Okay, I like this. But she can't talk back.
No.
Okay. And she's at my beck and call.
So she's your little servant?
Well, she gets to be with me when I allow it.
Oh my God.
I'm just like always though, because I love her.
Oh my God. That's so
Dang,
nice
this
of
is
you.
so mean.
That's girl. She's my servant. She gets to
Okay.
be with me always.
So top secret, I puffed my best friend into a puggy mama.
that's pretty insane.
Yeah.
But you know what? It worked out.
She's just living the best puggy life.
She sure is.
Yeah.
Huh.
She doesn't ever stab me in the back no more.
No.
No, because she knows that I'll just
Yeah.
dog food, dry food for
Totally.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all she's getting for life.
You know what's happened to me more than one time in my life is I've had a friend come stay with me, but then not tell me, but leave to ditch me for a boy. Like, it's like they told their parents they were going to come stay at my house.
But did they tell you?
No.
Oh.
This has happened
Ooh.
2 times.
I mean, I've definitely done that, like for a friend.
Yeah.
But I don't. And you know what? I feel like there has been a time where someone has like called a friend, a sister, a mom, and been like, so and so said they were staying the night at your house. And I was like, bad connection. Let me call you back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah,
Did
like-
they get caught?
Well, so the one that really left like a mark on me was, so I grew up in youth group, eat, sleep, breathe youth group, right?
Yeah.
And so my friend had told her boyfriend, who she wasn't allowed to see, who was going to this youth group, which I didn't know he was, right? So like that, I didn't know that information, but she had told her parents, can I stay with Jess overnight? It was a school night, so that's taboo, right? But can I stay with her overnight because I'm going to youth group with her? And so her parents were like, for sure. So we go, and I know that now at this point, I do know her boyfriend's going to be there. So she ditches me to go sit with him, which I didn't care. That's fine.
Right.
You do what you need to do. But then afterward, after youth group was over, I couldn't find her anywhere, and her boyfriend could drive.
How old were you guys?
I think we were probably 14.
Okay, so it's like teenagers.
Yeah, and
Okay.
and her man, I think, was 16.
Cool.
So he could drive. He had a car.
I mean, I say it like that because I'm a mom now, but I was 14 and Lana's dad was 18.
Mm-hmm.
And like, but we had known each other for like years.
Yeah.
It was not creepy. And like, we met on the internet and
Right.
like, we, and
It's
like, all
you
of a sudden,
knew each other.
yes. And like, we didn't start like dating like right away or anything. Like, we knew each other for years,
Mm-hmm.
had absolutely no interest in each other, kind of like now.
Yeah.
And then trauma happened. And like he kind of played like Captain Save a Ho,
Mm-hmm.
and then just kind of like hung out with me, which this is gonna sound so gross and weird, but like how like an older brother would. But
Yeah.
I'm the oldest of like all my siblings, so, and like significantly, so like I didn't really have anybody to like help me or like look up to or whatever. I don't know. But just kind of like knew that like I was down in the dumps and like some like bad stuff was going on at home and whatnot. And so he just kind of like stayed up with me all night and just like hung out and
Yeah.
like let me cry and
Yeah.
like have all this trauma.
No, I had an older boyfriend too at that point, and
Yeah.
it was not in a weird.
Yeah.
At the time,
But
it
I
was,
still feel like I hear 14 and 16 and I go,
it does seem like you're at two separate like when I was 14, I very much still felt like a child.
yeah.
And I stayed kind of under this rock because I was so involved in the church and everything that I had this like shame of if I did anything crazy, I was going to be damned to hell for it. Right. So like
This is how I need to raise my kids, dude. Like I lost the battle here. I did a bad thing.
Do anything wrong because I was scared, for real. Like my parents would tell you the worst thing
Me
I
and your
did,
mom need to have a meeting. Because my
Dude.
kids are 14 right now. And I'm like, they're good kids. I have good kids, but.
Well, the worst thing I did was I lied about my mom did not want me to have a MySpace, but I did anyway.
Okay.
And so I lied about that. I did not do anything with boys. I never snuck out. I never did what like my friend who like left me to go be with her boyfriend. Like that never happened.
And now you put the hot and psychotic.
And now I put the hot and psychotic.
Yeah.
It's
right.
crazy
So
how the turns tabled. you know?
Yes.
which I still like literally got married young and like did the whole like like still said, and I still haven't done anything wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I got a divorce. I don't know if that's wrong, but aside from that, like I haven't done like the crazy. I didn't like whenever like I hear your stories or like you've lived so many lives. I lived one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, my lore is so boring.
Yeah, because your life like didn't start until after you like became an adult.
Totally.
Yeah. No, I had an alcoholic mother. And so I basically became an adult when I was like 11.
Yeah.
So I guess I didn't like really have a childhood.
Yeah.
Did you do like theme parks and stuff with your parents?
I get motion sick. I'm a Weenie Hut Junior. I can't do anything. And maybe that's partially why I never did anything. I'm so sensitive to things. Like if I drink too much, I get really sick. If I smoke too much weed, I get really sick. Like I never can push my body to a certain point because I'd throw up. And I have a emetophobia. I have a fear of throwing up. So I would stop it like at all costs. Like if I had one too many sips of this and I could feel like I was like gonna go throw up, I would make myself fall asleep first. Like I just never. So I just
you're just talking and she's like, hold on, give me a minute.
I know, Mom, take a nap. I gotta go CP night night. But I never did anything.
I'm all, yeah, like let's just keep going.
You're all, okay, rally, babe. Let's get it together.
Yeah. Okay, so back to your story. Sorry. Okay, we got distracted.
Oh,
so
it's fine.
Your friend, 16, 14.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and he actually might have even been a little older. I don't remember.
No. Damn, now we're having a whole new conversation.
Yeah,
No,
well,
I'm just kidding.
I think still legal, but he might have been 17.
Okay. All right.
And
at youth group.
Yes. And so my parents were there to come to pick us up. And I'm like, oh, I don't know where she is. Like, I cannot find her. Like, and I could not find her anywhere.
Yeah.
And she wasn't answering my phone calls, which that pisses me off. Like, if I can't,
Oh, that pisses you off? That's insanity.
I never answer my phone.
I thought
Fun
for
fact.
1 second today when you called me that you were dying. Like literally. And then I answered and it was like bullshit, which is fine. Like I answer no matter what. And I was all, damn it, I shouldn't have answered.
Dude,
so she could have had brought like a whole box.
I am horrible. I do not answer my phone ever.
Do you see it and ignore it on purpose?
No. Because 99% of the time I'm at work and I feel like I can't talk on the phone when I'm with my clients because we yap the whole time.
Yeah.
That is honest to God.
I just have to book you back.
You have to book an appointment. If you want to talk to me, you have to book an appointment. And then normally at the end of my day, I'm very like yapped out. So like my social battery has died. So I'll put my phone away.
Oh,
so it's like I feel like there's a small window to get to me. And if you do, you're so like, my mom freaking gets so mad at me. She's like, hello, are you alive? I'm like, you have my location. She's like, someone could have stabbed you at work.
Oh, valid.
And I'm like, oh my God. So but it bothers me. Like if I was with you somewhere, right? Mm-hmm. And then like say we're out shopping and then I just tell you I'm going to or I don't tell you, but I just go to a different store. And then you like can't find me and you're calling me and I'm just like, you know, like that makes me so mad because I'm like, what the hell? And so this girl was ignoring me.
If we went shopping and you just bounced to another store, I would be like low key. Okay, so I'd find you. And then I would like low key. I feel like if this happened to me, I would start asking my friends if you were like mentally okay.
Right.
I feel like I would start talking to people and being like, is she like
does she just like stray?
Like is there like something I should know about her? Does she have like a mental health issue?
No,
like,
I
is
was
it serious? Literally
so pissed off, and my parents felt that they were responsible for her, right? Because
they brought her. Yeah.
And so they're pissed off. So my dad calls her home phone and they didn't answer, leaves a message and is like, we don't know where she's at.
Yeah.
We can't get a hold of her. It dawned on me that all the little hood rat church kids used to then hang out at Willow Station on Willow and Nees after church. They would go to youth group and then they'd go like steal some beers. But you didn't know this
because you were a loser.
But I didn't.
Okay, right.
Period. Yeah. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm like, I know I've gone to McDonald's before when I'm off church and I see all the people there that shouldn't be there. I've seen them there before. And so it dawns on me.
She's all, I know where you're staying.
Yeah. It dawns on me that, and lo and behold, there she is. And I'm like, why didn't you call me? And I remember she's like, oh my God, Jessica, like, I didn't even know. Like, and so my dad's like, get in the car. Like, get in the car. We called your parents. And she's like, what? And so we just took her home after that. We were like, were
you guys still friends?
That was toward the downfall, I would say. We were really, really tight for many years. But that was toward the downfall because, to be fair, I was a square and we were in different phases of life. Like she was off having fun and I was, to be honest, a little bit judgmental of that. Like you're, over there like trying cigarettes. Like what? Like that's so sick. Like, and I'm over here like, I'm gonna go home and read my Bible and go night-night. Like we were just at different parts of life.
How do your parents feel about your life choices now?
Oh, they're so cool about it. I think that at this point,
you think that they just wanted you to get to 18 without being pregnant?
I think that they wanted to literally put the fear of God in me.
Real shit, like having a 19-year-old, I 100% feel the accomplishment.
Like you feel like
for real. Like this is so jacked up too. But I was pregnant by 18.
Yeah.
And I think that we fear it's so common now, and we fear it as parents for our children because it does pivot your life.
Totally.
I don't regret it at all. Obviously, like I love my kids. We have a great life, but my life would be very, very different. Would it be better? Probably not. Like, but realistically, like we want them to have all the options open and available to them. So I feel like I was happier when she turned 18, not pregnant, than I was when she graduated high school.
Well, it was very like interesting because I feel like the tables turned drastically like when I was going through my divorce because I had to move back home for a little bit to get back on my feet.
Yeah.
And my mom was very encouraging of me like going out and meeting boys and dating. And that was, even though I was like beyond an adult and I had been married already and all these things, like that was very different for me from before because pre-marriage, pre-serious relationship with my ex-husband, like my mom was very like on it with any boy I brought home and be like, what is he doing with his life? Does he do this? Does he do that? And da-da-da-da-da.
Did they like your ex-husband?
No.
Ever?
So my mom would tell you, my dad is the most easygoing man alive. Like you do not have to fear my dad if you're dating me. He'll tell me like, hey dude, like not my fave. But to his face, like he would always be like, what's up, bro? Like whatever. My mom is the one that's fearful or that you should fear.
Right. That's me and Jimmy.
Yes. And my mom says she grew to love him because I think in her mind it was like, well, he's family now and I'm stuck with him. And if I want to see my daughter, like I have to be good to him because before I very much gravitated toward his family because his family always loved me and they never made me feel weird. And I knew in my head that my family felt weird with him being around. Yeah. So I distanced myself. And I think that they felt that. So they flipped the script a little bit. And his family ended up moving out of state. So my family was like where we celebrated holidays and things like that. Yeah. So I think my mom just knew she had to change her mind. Yeah. But I should have listened to her. She knew very early on that he was not it for me at all. Yeah. Moms have an intuition.
Yeah.
And I did not trust that before.
Neither does mine. Neither does my daughter. She doesn't.
If she could listen to this part, I would tell her, listen up, because if I could go back and listen to some of the things my mom told me when I thought she was just being an overbearing mother and like didn't trust me and like I'm such a good kid and why are you not trusting me and da-da-da-da, like
I love him.
Yeah, but mommy, I love him. Like I wish I could go back and listen to the things that she told me before because there were many occasions where I'd be like, well, this guy, I think that he's it for me. And she'd be like, are you effing for real? Like, he's going nowhere.
Yeah, I think that that's the thing for me, too, is I look at where they have, if and what they are doing like with their lives currently. I don't feel like I had it figured out like really at 19. So I feel like that's a little judgy of me. But my whole household is really good about being self-reflective. And I do definitely feel like we are very open about how we feel about people.
Yeah.
She assumes that like I hate everybody that she dates. So I liked Scotty with the body.
Mm-hmm.
They're not really dating anymore. But it was an amicable split up. She was just like, I'm not really like feeling it. And like you do, you have to feel. But I got like good vibes from him.
Yeah.
But then she has dated other guys where I'm like, this guy's a douchebag.
Totally.
And like maybe he has a job, but he clearly is not respectful of you.
Mm-hmm.
Or yeah, he might be respectful of you, but he has no job and he has a warrant and he has a kid.
Right.
And like that,
are you willing to take
all
that
red
on?
flags? Yeah. Or like, oh yeah, he has a job, but he, is mooching off of like other people, or he's really crappy to his parents or grandparents or other family. Like his values aren't there. So like, I think that as parents, we look at all of those aspects that we know are going to lead to the future that you are not looking at right now.
Yeah.
You're looking at how much fun are you having with him? Can you keep a conversation going? Does he make money? Maybe, right? Maybe. Right. So that's all like very what's right in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that when we look at other people's relationships, just in general, like I feel like I still think like, oh yeah, they're a cute couple, but I don't know if they're going anywhere.
Yeah.
And that comes from being through countless long-term relationships that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like for like, anything over really a year, you always have that feeling like I wasted a year on this person.
100%. Even like I was seeing a guy very short term. It was probably like, have at it, babe.
Yeah.
It was probably like
floated to the bottom.
Right. It was probably like a 9-month situation. He is who kind of helped me get out of my divorce. Like he was a distraction for me, if I'm being honest. Like, and I look back and I give myself the ick so bad. I cannot believe I spent those months pining away over this guy. And not even a dig at him. It's more a dig at me. Like, what was I thinking? Like, I obviously wasn't in the right mind. And even with him, my mom was like, he's so nice. And he was genuinely a very nice guy. Yeah. But she was like, what are you doing wasting his time? I know you don't like him. Like, I know it. Like, I know that this isn't the vibe. And I was like, Mom, stop.
But I like him.
He's so sweet.
He's
Mom.
like totally a vibe.
But the thing I think that got me was he was so obsessed with me, and I'd never had that before. I loved it.
Until you didn't.
Until I didn't. Until I was like, this is disgusting. Like, I need a second, please.
Yeah. I had someone that was like that was like head over heels for me. But then also when we would fight, he would like try to make me jealous, which is not a good look. I'm not really a jealous person. So I just think you look trashy. And then, but he would make other women in public melt over how sweet he would be. Like looking at me, the way he acted towards me.
Yeah.
Almost where I look back now and see it as like fake.
Yeah.
But I feel like my husband does that now, but like not fake.
Like you can tell it's genuine.
Yes.
Like he actually feels that way.
Yes. And like, I think it was like over the top because he enjoyed the attention he got from other women who enjoyed him giving me attention.
Yeah. Because then he could probably go back and be like, look at how your friends see me.
Oh, yeah. I'm like such a great guy. Yeah. Like you saw me pining over her. When I like a girl, it's like to this level. But then like secretly we would like have a fight or a tiff and he would go texting one of my friends' friends or whatever for attention. Yeah. Like he really played with other girls. It was like sick.
That's
and
wild.
He made a lot of girls dislike me.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yeah.
I had a lot of haters like during those years because because I had something that other people wanted, but secretly, like, they did not want what I had.
Yeah, they don't know what it's actually like being in it.
Yeah. I showed up. So he knew I was going out to a bar, right? And we had like broken up. He knew where I was going to be. So he went to that bar before me. And he was sitting with like 4 or 5 girls that were like on the outer perimeter of my girlfriend circle.
Mm-hmm.
And was clearly like flirting and touching and rubbing on one of them. And then when I showed up, he very audibly like broke up with or was like, no, don't touch me to this girl to like prove I don't know.
That's when I would have really gotten mad.
Oh my God. It was embarrassing, first of all. Like, I was so blown away. I didn't expect him to be there.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that I was there, but I also knew everybody liked him. He had one of those personalities that people just like gravitated towards. If I was like, he knew I was going to be here, nobody would like, oh, it's just because he wanted, people would just make excuses for him.
Yeah.
It was so creepy. It was so creepy. She was like crying and was like, you texted me and you told me to meet you out here. And it was like a whole thing. And he was like, I don't know what I was thinking. I love her.
Oh, no.
And it was like public on a patio at like Jimbo's or something. Like it was insane.
No.
It was straight insanity.
I hate that.
It was gross. It was so gross.
I'm sick.
Oh my God. Okay. Anyways, going back to the friend.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, that's her story. I don't remember how we officially broke up. I think that we kind of just went our separate ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've had much more, experience. Traumas. Yeah. Worse than that.
I feel like, what's your oldest friendship? Like your longest?
I still have her. We call each other cousins because we grew up. She was the first person outside my family I ever met in my life, like as a baby. Like we're a year apart.
Church buddies too?
No,
okay.
Neighbors. So she grew up directly across the street from me.
Mm-hmm.
And we've never had, in 30 years, we've never had a fight. She's just very much my little rock. Like we never have issues.
Like family.
Yeah.
What's the longest friendship you had that isn't a friendship anymore?
About 15 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
I think mine's about the same.
Yeah.
About 15.
Yeah.
And then our friendship broke up actually not even that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
So this is like less than a year.
Yeah.
The wound is less than a year. And we've had fights in the past and I don't feel like this is ever going to go anywhere. So she was with another one, like one of my guy friends, and they were together for a very long time. They have children together, yada, 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 married, got a divorce. They lived out of state, moved back. And he's moved on with his life. And I think that she was, she's definitely trying to do the same thing for her. And she got with this guy and it was like during Christmas time, they came over, they did Thanksgiving with us, like yada, yada, yada. He was in the Secret Santa pool, which means that I had to have his cell phone number because I put a big Christmas like bash on every year.
Yeah.
And she was a bridesmaid in my wedding. Her ex-husband was a groomsman for Jimmy. We don't really talk to him anymore. Not that there's any like bad blood, but he's just kind of created like a new life for himself and like, good for
him.
You. Yeah. Right. Do you, boo? It is what it is. Like, I don't have any ill will towards him. I am sad that I don't get to see him very often, but you're also in like a very strange gray area when you've been together for so long and you have so many mutual friends. Sometimes you just have to step away from those friends. Yeah. So like, although I have hurt feelings over it, at the same time, like I understand.
Yeah, for sure.
And hopefully one day, like, we'll all be able to hang out and everything will be fine again. But so she was dating this guy. They separated, whatever. And he doesn't live here in California.
Okay.
So he left and like we weren't friends, like him and I. But we were cordial to each other and he was nice and he talked and he interacted with the kids and he made a good impression. But he texts me or he calls me one day and he's like, kind of crying to me. I'm using the term crying as like whining, really.
Yeah.
To me about like how he doesn't understand like what happened with their breakup and blah, 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 blah. And he just can't get a hold of her and he wants to make sure she's safe and yada, yada, yada. And there was like a lot of drama mixed in with there. And I was like, obviously I'm on a very slippery slope right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like the guy's already on my phone. They just recently broke up. And for all I know, they've gotten back together. Like, I don't really know. It had been such a short period of time. So I call her and I tell her, hey, he called me. This is what he said. Like, and she's like, don't answer his calls or don't tell him, you know, X, Y, and Z about me. This is what's happened on my end. Nobody was like in any kind of immediate danger. It was just like a he said, she said kind of thing. But obviously she's my friend. So like, okay. So I told her, you know, I'm going to text him and tell him that you're alive. Like, if that's cool. And she's like, yeah, whatever. So I told him. So a month goes by and he sends me this huge text message because in that conversation, he had said she has belongings that belong to my child. He's got like a young child, 4-year-old maybe. Can you please have her ship them to me? And so I told her, I'll just come pick them up from you. Like, you don't need to ship them to him. There doesn't need to be any contact. He's going to be texting you over this. Like, I'll just come pick it up and I'll ship it for you. And she's like, no, I'm going to do it this weekend. And I'm like, okay, like, if you need anything, let me know. So I see her and she's like, oh, I wasn't able to do it this last week. Like, whatever. And I told her, well, just bring them to me and I'll ship it for you. Like, you don't even have to pay me. Like, I'll pay it. It can't be more than like $25. Yeah. Nothing happens. Weeks go by and he texts me and he is like, so we're at my husband's work Christmas party. And he texts me and he's like, can you please have these keepsakes sent to me because I still have not received them. And I sent her back everything for her kids. When it comes to kids, like, I don't fucking play.
Yeah.
Like,
that's different.
That's his daughter.
Yeah.
That's his daughter's belongings.
Yeah.
I am not saying call him, make amends. I am not taking his side. I don't think that you were wrong in your breakup with him. I don't think you guys should get back together. But like, be so for real right now. Like, are you really just being petty? So he continue. Why would you want to keep these things? If he claims this is the only reason he's reaching out to you, isn't the solution to give him what he wants?
Right.
He's not asking for a pair of your underwear.
Yeah.
So I'm like irritated and I text her and I'm like, are you for real right now? Like, you still have not shipped off those items. And she calls me. Again, sitting at a dinner at a restaurant with all of my husband's coworkers. And so I answer my phone and I'm like, hey, I can't talk, but I can listen. And I'm listening. And as she's talking to me, she's like working herself up. And she's like, you need to stop fucking talking to him. You need to. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. Give me one second. And I stand up in my very small mini dress. And I, in my tall heels, and walk to the bar. And I was like, you absolutely will not fucking tell me who I can and cannot talk to.
Yeah.
First of all. Secondly, I offered to fucking pick that shit up from you and ship it a long fucking time ago. You are not going to be disrespectful to me. I don't give a fuck who you think you are. Like, no. Like, don't be a bitch.
Yeah.
Like, sorry.
Yeah. Like I did what I needed to do.
I'm sorry. And she's like, you got too involved. And okay, like, sure. I guess depending on who you ask or how you look at it, like maybe I did. I don't know. I think for me, I was trying to be helpful in the sense that like she did not want to deal with him, see him, talk to him. She felt like he did him super dirty. Based on her story, she was not wrong. Mm-hmm. I don't think that she should see him, talk to him, communicate with him if she does not want to. I don't feel like she did anything wrong in their breakup. Everybody does wrong things.
Totally.
But she's my friend.
Yeah.
At the time.
Yeah.
And I don't have the need to judge her. I don't have the want to judge her. Yeah. I don't want to be on his side.
Yeah.
Like, none of that shit. So the last communication I get from her is a picture of the packing slip. It was roughly $23 to ship the items to his daughter for Christmas, whatever it was. He called them like collectibles. She called them Christmas ornaments. I don't even know what it was.
Yeah.
And I sent the screenshot to him. He sent me like a long essay and I didn't respond to it. And that was the last time I heard from him. No big deal. So, so time goes on, and we've been mad at each other before. I'm thinking like, not a big deal.
This will pass.
We'll get over it. Whatever. I text her because I see something crazy from like a friend, and she responds to me. It's kind of tea, and I'm thinking like, oh, okay, like we're cool.
Yeah.
But like maybe we won't hang out anytime soon. But like whatever. And then I say something to her. I text her or something. Oh, I noticed that she blocks me on something. I don't know. And I was like, oh, like, I thought that we were like going to get over this, but like, so we are not. Mm-hmm. Like, this is it.
This is what it is. Yeah.
Right. This is what it is. And she sees it and doesn't respond. Okay. Here's the fucking kicker. She had the fucking audacity to call my 19-year-old daughter and talk shit about why she was pissed off at me. She had the fucking audacity to be like, your mom's in the wrong because she took his side and she's been my best friend for years and blah, 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 blah. And my daughter's just like me. She doesn't wants to get all the tea.
Yeah.
And so she's like listening and she's like, oh my gosh, yeah, really, really, wow, like whatever. But then like, she's also my daughter.
Right. Hello.
Like you, I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Like, did you think that I wasn't going to find out?
Yeah.
Okay. So like, I feel like that's like crossing a line.
Totally.
We have a girls group chat. So it's called The Regulars in my phone. And when Jimmy gets sick and goes to the hospital, I put it in the group chat. Mm-hmm. Like after a couple of days, usually when it becomes public knowledge. And so I give updates that way. Everybody reaches out. Everybody texts. Like this is the big one. Okay. This is January's episode, where he has a heart attack. He has a fucking stroke or like a seizure. He has the blood oxygen levels. He's in ICU and then he's in urgent care and then he's in the hospital for 5 days. Like it's a thing. It's a whole ass fucking thing. And my friends are like, if you need me to bring you dinner, you need me to bring you milk, or if you like just need somebody to talk to. One of my friends picked up the twins to take them out for the day because I was basically a fucking hermit and didn't go anywhere. Nothing. Radio silence. She's the only one in the group chat that didn't like.
Well, and that's devastating too. Like
it was like she like I think she might have hearted the conversation, but like there have been times where we have fought, and the way we reconnect is something tragic happens.
Yeah. Well, that's supposed to be a time that the people that love you like come to you and are there for you.
Yeah.
And when they're not, it shows a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I feel like if she sees this, I'm going to get hella shade again, which I don't even care. Like, I really, really don't care. I told my husband, he had asked, do you think that eventually like you guys will get over this and everything will be fine? And I told him no, because at the end of the day, like Lana is 19. Yeah. Like, so if she wants to call and spill tea to Lana, like whatever. I think that that's a little
weird.
It's a little shitty.
Little weird.
It's kind of below you. Even if your daughter was 19, I wouldn't call her and talk smack on her mom.
Never.
Or like say what I thought your mom did wrong. I think that's, I don't know. Maybe when my kids get older than 19, I'll feel differently, but Lana still lives under my roof.
Well, she's still your kid. If you and Lana didn't have a relationship, I guess that's one thing, but you do. And
right.
So I think that she could be 50 years old and I'd find that like wildly inappropriate.
Yeah. I think, it's like, I wouldn't call her mom and like her and her mom are really close. I wouldn't call her mom and like talk shit on her to her mom. If I were to call her mom, it would be like, I really wish she understood that I didn't have like the intention to pick his side over hers. Cause from my understanding, that's why we're not friends.
Yeah.
Because I clearly picked
that's what
the
it sounds like
side, which I don't feel like I did that, but whatever. And I think she should know I draw a super fucking hard line when it comes to kids. That we're having a whole different conversation. Like your guys' drama is your guys' drama. If you can do something to not harm a child, whether that be return their supplies or just not talk shit in front of the parent or whatever the case is, then I think you should make that attempt at like the highest level. You should really, really try to don't be a shitty human being.
Yeah.
Like, I already told you, I will go pick this shit up and I will ship it.
Yeah. No, that was nice of you to
So
offer
you don't
that.
have to because we were friends at the time, right? And so I was like, you don't want to be around him. You don't want to talk to him. You don't want anything to do with him. Like, good for you.
Yeah.
Like, set boundaries.
Yeah.
I'll send it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Anyways, fuck her.
It's like, it's so hard because I would consider myself a girl's girl for sure. Like, I love women. I love like having those relationships that only like we can understand. But I do think sometimes it's just hard because I think we take things really personally a lot.
Yeah.
When that's not, it's like we need to think about ourselves less, honestly. Like there are some women that really need to like look in the mirror and be like, okay, this is not about me. This has nothing to do with me. Like, and remove themselves from it. But it's like hard for some people, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. You lost a close in the last year. Yeah. You've had kind of a similar
in the
experience.
last few months.
Yeah.
And I don't know that it's a forever thing.
Really? You think that like you guys could potentially be friends again?
If you ask me right now, no, because things got really personal. Speaking of personal, things got personal when I was hearing what was being said about me, straight up lies. And so right now, I'm really not into it because I'm at a point in my life where I removed myself from such a negative situation, like with work and like I'm trying to do better. Like after my divorce, I had this like wake up call where I was like, why am I such a freaking people pleaser? Like I need to start doing what's best for me.
Yeah.
And if people are not going to be Puggy mama's all period, babe.
Yeah.
I've just decided that if people are not going to be on that same like end as I am, then like you don't have to be a part of it. And so when my God.
He's CB Snorri girl. She's such a snoring girl.
You gotta wake up. You're snoring through her story, Pugma.
She's all, this is so boring. She's like, but yeah, right now I'm not into it because the latest rumor was like hide your man from Jess.
Because you're a man stealer.
Which is really a weird thing to say.
Because that's actually like kind of like the opposite of like your story, right?
Yes.
Because you had your man essentially stolen.
I mean,
keep him, babe.
Please. Yeah. I got a whole divorce over that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And so I've never been that girl. Like everyone has made fun of me. I have this nickname. I'm the serial monogamist because I can't date multiple people. It freaks me out. Like it makes me nervous. Like there was one time I was kind of talking to two different guys at once and I called one the wrong name. And he didn't even notice. Thank God.
No,
like
he pretended to not notice.
He must have because their names are two totally different. Like you wouldn't, it's not like it's like Bob and Rob. It's like completely different names. But so I've just never been that person. So this rumor that I just heard was that this dates back to high school, which is really freaking funny because again, I was in purity camp and I had two boyfriends in high school.
You were like Jess for Jesus.
1 million. The first boyfriend I had.
He's the only man for me.
Totally.
Yeah.
The first boyfriend I had him from about 14 to 16 and we broke up. And shortly after that, I had a boyfriend from 16 to 22 for 6 years. So I almost married him. Like we had gotten engaged. Like it was like a whole thing.
Yeah.
And so,
and were you guys friends back then?
We knew each other. We weren't like, we kind of hung around different crowds, but we knew each other. Like it wasn't bad or anything. So when she says that this dates back to high school, that's
why I was curious.
Yeah. Like you didn't,
like where did this
I don't know.
start?
I genuinely, so this rumor has really kind of upset me. I've taken this really personally because I'm like, girl, I don't want...
Is she telling anybody that you feel that you need to explain yourself to?
No.
Okay.
Because the people that know me,
right,
they know. I mean, this rumor...
It doesn't even need an explanation.
Well, and like I had told my boyfriend about this, right? I told Chris about it. I'm like, listen to this. And he audibly, that's my, like, if I had heard that my man had this rep for like stealing other women. I feel like I'm a psycho. So in my head, I'd be like, oh my God, like I have to ask him about this. He didn't even feel the need to ask a singular question. He's like, that's funny. Like, that's just not you. Like, that's not your personality, because it's not. And I have been only in long actual relationships. They've only ever been long. I've like seen a guy here and there, short term, whatever, but it's never been someone else's man. And so I find this particular rumor something that I'm sure I could get. I forgive people super easily. Like, I know you're hurt, so you're just like saying stuff. If I can explain it away, then I feel like I do the same thing. So if I'm like, okay, well, they acted this way. So in my situation, I was like, okay, well, she's acting this way because she's hurt, so she's lashing out. It wasn't until it wasn't until my husband was in the hospital, even, that I was like, oh, we will never ever acquaintances. Yeah, sure, maybe, maybe. But am I like wanting to make one-on-one plans? No,
and
not ideally.
If she's somewhere that I am I going to treat her differently? No. Like, that's how I honestly feel too. In my brain, I feel like I would make a point, and I feel like I really don't want to be that person, but I would be like, you don't mean anything to me. So like, if we are all talking and you're part of the conversation, cool. You're not feeling one way or the other about it. But I'm definitely not like, oh, your nails are cute. Even if I think it. Yeah. Even if I think it. If your outfit's cute, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to talk shit to you. Yeah. But I'm not giving you kudos. I'm not a girl's girl in this situation. Yeah. I'm a me and just me. And that's the way it's going to be. And that's honestly so amazing, because I am not that way. Like, I am very much so like, oh my God, hi. Even if I don't mean it, because I just am such the people pleaser. Like, I don't like conflict. I don't like confrontation at all. If I were to see her today, I'd be nice to her and I'd mean it. Like, the thing is, I feel like with me, like, I never lose love entirely for people. Like, it's like, you really upset me, but I can love you from a distance. Like, I will always love her, but I think I'm just like, if I saw her, cool, hi, nice to see you, but I'm not going to call her. I'm not going to text her. Right now, I have blocked her on my socials, and I blocked her number, because to me, if you think I'm that type of person, you think the worst of me. Right. You don't need to see my shit. And what started, like, why do you think she felt that it was necessary? Because you guys were already kind of at ends, right? When the rumor started. We could both tell that we were on the outs. Yeah. And but it's interesting because we both didn't know how to address it to each other, because we saw each other so often. We didn't know how we could live a day-to-day life with each other while addressing the awkward situation that was happening. This is when you were seeing her daily? Yes. Okay. So you guys were already at like, kind of like, maybe like some awkwardness. It was, if we were ever alone, I think we both kind of felt like, ooh, like we knew. And so when eventually things Is she also not confrontational? Yeah, no. And I think that's kind of why, honestly, we've worked for so long, because we're not confrontational. We're not like, I am really good at being the beta in my relationships, because like, I had a best friend years ago that used to walk all over me and like kind of bully me. And when I took a step back, I'm like, oh, she like hates me. Like, in her, like, that's how she makes it seem. Yeah. But it worked, because I'm just so like, whatever. Okay. And I would just let it happen. But then it's like, when I take a step back and look inward, I'm like, oh my God, like, that's so embarrassing. But with this particular friendship, I think we're both kind of like that. So it's not healthy. I'm not saying it's good, but I think we would skirt around like, oh, this kind of bothered me, but I'm not going to say, I'll just let it pass. And this kind of bothered me, but I do this thing where I'm good. But then I let it get to a point and I'm like, okay, I'm not good anymore. And do you like blow up? No, I'm not really an angry person. I'm more of, I shut down and I'm like, we're done. Like, I don't
If it's with a man, that's a different story. I talk to man to man. Like I will talk to them differently. Like,
but with the girl, you're like, honey.
But with the girl, I'm just like,
honey.
I'm good. Like, I don't want the drama. And I understand. I try to see things from both perspectives. So I can see why she is hurt because I moved on to a different life without her.
Yeah.
And I know that can be really hurtful. So I validate that. I understand that.
Right. That she kind of feels left behind.
Yes. But then on the flip side of things,
she should be happy for you and where you are.
I know that if the roles were reversed and she did what I did, I'd be in the background doing this. Right. And that's where she and I differ.
And all you really did was you just moved from one place, like one stagnant place in your business to another place. And just to elevate your name, your brand, it's the difference between selling someone else's product and then starting to sell your own.
Yes.
Right. That's really what it comes down to. And I get where you're coming from. I still see like resentment and jealousy in people, maybe even in myself. But at the same time, I feel like I would at least audibly be like, good for you. Like, yes, there might be some jealousy there on my end.
Sure.
And that is something that I need to work on my own. But I definitely don't think that I would feel the need to take it out on the person, the friend that I have that is gaining that accomplishment.
Yeah.
It's like saying, if you won the lottery, I wouldn't be jealous. Like,
I totally would.
I'd be so jelly.
Well, and that's the thing. I'm the last for the most part. There's a few of us, but I'm one of the last out of my friend group I don't have kids, but I want kids, right?
Yeah.
Like I've always pictured myself being a mom. The time just hasn't come yet. But anytime a friend of mine is like, I'm pregnant, I'm so jazzed for them.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm like, oh, I can't wait for me. But I can separate my want to be a mom with my happiness
for what
them.
they have accomplished.
100%.
Right.
And it's genuine. Like I'm genuinely happy for these people, So I think that maybe one day we can get past this awkward.
I don't like that.
I'm just such,
Why?
I don't know.
But okay, well, so when you're looking at a friendship, not just you, but like everybody, what purpose is the friendship serving your life? What friendships I feel like, are joint ventures that benefit both people. So I mean that in the sense also that like what service are you providing her?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if there's nothing there except for saving face or saving time or being able to say, oh, I've known this person for 20 years. Like, why even do it?
Yeah.
Why
fair.
be a part of it? I have friends I have people, I would say, I would call them more acquaintances that I know that were in my wedding or on, like maybe not in my wedding, but at my wedding that I, had like a really strong bond with at the time that I just don't really have a bond with. I don't have any ill will towards them.
Yeah, it's just
but we just like no longer serve a purpose in each other's lives.
Yeah.
So if you guys make amends because you run into each other at the supermarket, like, I don't know.
I don't know that we'll ever be close, but if she was in here right now, I wouldn't be like, ugh.
Well, yeah, because that's just not you.
That's just not my, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, also, since you're already past that part, like not having any interest in reestablishing the relationship also.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't look convinced.
No, you're, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I have just skirted. Like, I'm so happy in my home with my pets, with Chris. I don't feel a need to even go much further outside of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that to me is like, I'm at peace now with my home, where I go to work, when I come see you. Like the people that make me have not flight or fight mode, like
Mhm.
I'm down. Like, and that's where I feel where I'm at this second in my life. I've cleared the whole, like, I feel anxious right now. Like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm going to be around someone. I feel super anxious. Like, I don't want to feel that anymore.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that
Did you feel like that, like towards the end of your
Yeah.
guys' friendship?
and not
okay.
even just like
I have to go do this, or I have to be around this person, or I have like,
well,
you know,
because I
somebody to
also
meet or
knew
whatever.
I knew in my heart that she was feeling that too, which
Yeah.
then made me feel, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not the most innocent person. I'm sure that I made her feel some type of way, but it made me more anxious knowing that I knew she was anxious because I had other people telling me things. And
like that they could tell.
yes, or that
Right.
she had said that I was like, that she felt like maybe I was distancing myself. And so, but because she didn't, I don't like to throw other people under the bus. So
Right.
I don't like to be like, oh, this person said this to me. Like, I was wanting to wait until she felt comfortable enough to say it to
Right.
me. That I
Right.
wanted her to address it.
But you guys almost have such similar personalities that there'll
Yeah.
be like no resolution.
never.
Oh,
never.
that's not me at all.
I've just gotten
At
used
all,
to
but I
being
get
that the beta
Yeah.
to where I'm just like, okay, I'll sweep it under the rug. It's fine.
Yeah.
Unless it's something so diabolical.
Yeah.
Like, then I'm like, okay, no, we need to sit down and hash this out.
Yeah.
But I think if you were to ask her right now, are you okay with you and Jess not being friends? I think she'd say yes, because I think she probably felt the same way that I did for a while, that she's probably, because she's off living her best life. She has a friend group. She has kids. She has a life. Like, I'm sure she's probably like, yeah, dude, like we're just on different planets.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to end. And that's why I'm so hurt by the rumor, because it didn't have to end that way. We can just agree to move on and okay.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need to get dirty, you know?
Right. And then neither one of you guys have reached out to each other
No.
since the separation.
But that's totally a me thing.
Right.
I blocked her. I
Uh-huh.
don't want to talk about it. Because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. This is,
Yeah.
and this again, I'm not glorifying any of this.
Right.
I need to go to therapy about this. I want to be the person that can be like, you pissed me off and let me tell you why. But I'm not that way. I would rather sweep it under the rug until it poofs into the air and it's gone.
But is it ever really gone?
No.
You never like really get closure over it, right?
No.
So I feel like from the person that is never sweep it under the rug until it
Mhm.
poofs, I'm always the one to address it. Like, let's say we like we're friends and we're having a conversation and someone says something that's like a little off to me.
Mhm.
Now, I will not call you out right then and there.
You'll
okay? I will wait. But I will definitely pull you aside and be like, what the fuck was that all about?
Mhm.
Or like, I might not approach it so aggressively, but I'll be like, hey, like when we were all talking earlier, you made this comment about me.
Yeah.
And like, I don't know why you would make that comment, because maybe this conversation happened between you and I, and it was not for the whole world to know about. And if I did not establish that, if I did not say, do not tell anybody, then I'll say, and that's on me. But I thought that was like common sense.
Mhm.
And so I kind of just like will explain. And sometimes people handle that very, very well. And then other times they do not handle it well at all.
Yeah.
But I definitely want the people that I'm around to have those kinds of interactions with me,
Mhm.
because I can be loud and I can be obnoxious and I can be over the top and overbearing, and I want to know when I've crossed a line.
Yeah.
But I get the like, oh, she likes drama from girls, like more like a girl thing,
Mhm.
right? Or oh, she always has a lot going on, or she has a lot to say, or she can be a bitch, or like you get those kind of comments. Like people, I'm sure, are always
Yeah.
like, oh my God, she's so nice. Oh my God, she's so nice.
I get she's so fake.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can sweep things under the rug and then look at you and be like, hi, it's good to see you.
So how would you react if someone came to you and said, you said this about me?
this has happened before. And I think I handle it actually pretty well. I'm just not going to be the one to address it.
Okay,
Like-
so you'll be honest.
Yeah, totally. But like if I did something that upset you and then you were like, hey, dude, this pissed me off, I'd be all ears and we could talk about it. If you did something to upset me, you're not going to know.
What if I said, I feel like I've done something to upset you?
That's different. I don't know. And I don't know why.
So you can answer questions.
Yes, totally.
You cannot initiate the conversation.
I'm not the initiator.
I have, one of my girls is like that.
Yeah.
I have to, and I'm like that with my husband, which becomes very annoying because you have to really, especially living in a house with all girls, you have to change your personality depending on who you're talking to.
Yeah.
Okay. You have to address everybody differently. Lana, she is me when I was her age and I was a fucking nightmare. Not that she's a nightmare. Okay. But if I'm like, you cooked 6 meals and left all 6 of them on the stove, she's like up in arms. Like I'm calling her the dirtiest human being in on the face of the planet. And like she's ruined my life.
Yeah.
So I have to be very gentle and very different with the way that I speak to her. One of my twins, if she has a problem, she's gotten much better. Therapy has helped. But I have to be like, did this happen? And she'll be like, well, no. But she knows what I'm talking about, but she won't volunteer the information.
Yeah.
So it's like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
So realistically, what you need in someone that's communicating with you is someone that's going to ask all the questions.
Well, and I have always said, like one of my best friends, 2 of them actually, are very similar to you. Very blunt, will say like, I didn't like that. I need people like that around me. Chris is like that. Chris is very blunt and honest. I acknowledge that that's healthy for me.
Yeah.
I need someone to be that person for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not. So like, if I upset Chris, he has no problem being like, hey, Jess, yada, da, 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 da. And I'm just like, oh, okay. Like, I think I'm a good receiver. I'm good at hearing these things and
if you
responding.
disagree, do you disagree?
Yeah.
Out loud?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm just not going like.
But when it comes to like him being around other women, you're aggressive.
Yeah. Make that make sense. Only if I've been drinking, it's a little more obvious.
Yeah.
If we're sober together and I'm not loving the way a girl is, you wouldn't tell as much because I'm not as open about it until we get in the car and I'm like, who is that? And I didn't love that interaction. And I feel like she crossed a line. If I have alcohol.
Does he introduce you to people?
Oh yeah, he's good at that.
Oh, I'm the worst. When I'm bad at something, I mean, my husband will definitely tell me, you suck at this. And so the last person he met was Orky. And I talked about Orky the whole time we drove, talked about his family and, and
who he is.
Yeah. Without divulging too much information, like the things that I know about him and what he does and all the things, right? And he gets in the car. And I'm like, hey, Orky, like, da 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 da. And I just like start talking to him like as if I'm carrying on the conversation that I was just having with my husband.
Yeah.
And he even said, like, you're so bad at introducing. It makes me so mad. I get so awkward, like, da 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 da. I feel like dismissed in the conversation.
Oh,
and I totally did it. And you best believe my husband was like, hi, I'm Jimmy. And I was like, oh my God, I suck. Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
But look at you being self-aware. Period.
Yes, you could be self-aware and like not fix the problem.
Well, there was one time that we were in Target and Chris ran into this girl that he had dated for like a little bit, like literally physically like carts bumped into each other situation.
Yeah.
And he and I weren't even together yet. We were just kind of messing around, seeing what was up. And I stood there and he didn't, I don't think he knew how to introduce me because I wasn't a girlfriend, but we were dating. And I think he knew that if he was like not gonna introduce me as his girlfriend, I was gonna get mad. And this poor girl, bless her heart, she looks at me and she goes, hi, I'm so-and-so. And I was like, hi, I'm Jess. Nice to meet you. And later he was like, that was really weird. I'm so sorry. But that's the only time that he hasn't introduced me.
That's what I need. I know I need other people to, oh my God.
to guide you through.
You know what it is too? I have a really bad memory for names. Good with faces. I can like remember the last time we had a conversation or where I last saw you. But I have just a lot of people that like I can't go anywhere without somebody being like, Colleen, and then, you know, giving hugs, whatever. I want to say half the time I don't remember their names.
I always assume I've done their hair before if I don't recognize them. So I try to judge them off of what their hair looks like.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, well, okay, but that makes sense for you because it's like what you like know the most.
Yeah.
And after COVID, so many people changed.
Yes.
And like aged. Like that's a thing. It looks so different. And I feel like I was just so bad at like remembering people's names. There have been times for sure that Jimmy's been like, who is that? And I'm like, we used to work together, but I can't remember where. And I don't know her name.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty much the same way.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is people say like, I'm not approachable. I get that a lot.
You have the RBF and that's not bad. I love that. I don't want to be approachable. Me looking friendly is my worst move.
I'm so approachable.
I hate it.
I'm so approachable. But like, I would love for everybody that approached me to be like, it's Joanne and I met you at the fabric store.
Like explain it to me.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Like, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, Joanne, it's so good to see you. That's not what people do.
No.
It's very like, that's like very like 1960s, right? The way that they used to be like, oh, it's Martha from the home improvement store.
I'm very much like, hey girl.
Yeah.
Hey girl. Yeah, that's me without even saying the name.
Oh, shit.
And then I'll be like, oh, this is my man.
I'm like,
I don't even
right. He doesn't have a name either.
Yeah.
I'm like so bad. This is, I mean, I feel like Jimmy would be okay if I was like, this is my husband.
Yeah.
But no, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. And I don't necessarily know that being like self-aware has been a benefit to me because I am like audibly like, I suck at life. And he's like, you do. What are you going to do about it? And I'm like, nothing because I suck at life. This is like I so suck. I want to be better. I want to be better.
Well, it's like I want to be more confrontational. Look at us.
Yeah.
Self-aware. My God.
Yeah, we rock.
We rock.
You know what I want? I want more friends that want to do more things. I have friends. And I love all my friends. This is no shade to friends. I have friends that have little bitty babies. And then I have friends that are like home buddies, but I don't want to. You're like, yeah, so bad. But like, I just want people to want to go places and like do things.
Yeah.
I like to be home sometimes, but I've always lived this crazy busy life. And I like love the chaos that it is. And my kids are getting older now that like my life is
self-sufficient.
Yes.
Yeah.
My life is less chaos. There's like less plans. There's less birthday parties. There's less friends. They're homeschooled now, you know, like there's just so much less to do. And it leaves me with all this space and time that I still really don't have because I am still very, very busy for like a normal person.
Yeah.
But like, I want to go do things. And when I have like a free day, I'm like so bored.
Yeah.
Like being home.
Yeah.
I want to have like wild and crazy friends.
Oh my God. I'm like, I need to do my load of laundry and then I need to like walk my dog and then I need to go night-night. Like,
and then it's sleepy time.
I need to go sleepy night-night. I am such a bore. Like, but I think I
swear, but then every time you're like, let's party. And
oh,
like,
I can rage. But I have to get there. Like I have to like get to the place. Like, oh my God.
What was that?
What was that?
I don't know. Oh, it was a chili flake.
Oh.
It was very spicy on my tongue though.
No, I have to like be
like
talked into doing it. And then I'll be there and I'm like, yeah, you know, but then
do you always do you go too hard?
Well, I think because I run my social battery all day, that too hard for me, it doesn't take much to get there because I get really tired because I'm really good at like soaking up other people's shit all day. Like Like there was one time I had a day at work where the first woman, her husband had just died. My second client had just been diagnosed with cancer. And then my third client had just lost her dog. And it was a day full of tears. And then I came home and it was one of my family members' birthdays. And I'd like put a smile on my face for the birthday and was like, yeehaw. And then by like 8 p.m. I was like, like I need to
Just like
go.
emotionally
I need to go
drained.
home. So like
Wait, your first client, her husband
had died tragically. Oh, this was like a couple years ago. But that doesn't make it any easier. But this happened a few years ago where he died like in a car accident. So it was like tragic.
And then she was telling you about it like a couple years later.
No, then she had an appointment like a couple weeks later.
Bitch.
And
she was like, I'm going to still go get my hair
She said,
done.
I need my hair done though. And then the next woman had just been diagnosed with cancer. And then the third one her dog had just died. So it was just like a very like it was just like a very sad day. And of course people trauma dump on me as they should. I love it because they're sitting with me for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And like we're talking and like I trauma dump on them. But then at the end of my day, sometimes I feel it. Like it's like.
Because you're an empath.
Totally.
Yeah, me not.
This is part of my people pleasing.
Yeah.
Like I can like if someone that I know is really hurting, I hurt for them. So I will like overly be like so nice.
I feel like I have definitely gotten better when people like trauma dump on me, but I would be like, damn,
that's crazy.
I mean, I don't even know if I would do like a that's crazy. I would just be like, damn.
Yeah, no.
I like don't know. I'm so awkward at those interactions. Not that I don't care. I don't know. Maybe it is like I don't want to be empathetic. I don't want to feel their pain.
It's hard. It's a hard.
And I know that that's very selfish, and like I'm okay with that. I guess I like do what's best for you, kind of thing. But like, I'm not that friend. Like, please call me and tell me that you need something, or call me and tell me that you have that you're having a hard time with your spouse and that you want somebody to talk to. Like, or call me and tell me that you had a rough day at work, or like call me and, those kinds of things, that your kid got into a fight at school. Okay.
Yeah.
I can like a problem that we can solve. I love that. I love being that friend. Call me and tell me your spouse passed away or that your family has something terminal. I am not the one to tell because there's no fixing that. I will bring you lunch. I will bring you dinner. I will drink margaritas with you.
Yeah.
I will watch movies and hold your hand.
Yeah.
But like, if you want an empathetic response, I don't know how to do that.
I will sit and cry with you. It's really, it's just like such a mess.
You just cry?
Oh, I'm very emotional. If you cried right now, I'd start crying.
I am like not a crier.
Oh, I cry every day.
No.
I cry every single day. I cried this morning. I woke up from a nightmare and I started crying.
Jimmy does that sometimes.
Oh yeah. I
He has like real nightmares.
Me too. Like, well, I have
not like often, but like
mine are like very like PTSD related from certain relationships that I've been in.
Just a few.
They haunt me, And so, but this morning I woke up and I had woken up from a dream that Chris was trying to square up with me. And I didn't handle that very well. So he actually woke me up and I was like, like blubbering. And he's like, what'd I do? And because like, he's all, did I cheat on you in your dream again? Because I've had that, I was like, no, I dreamt that you were trying to square up with me. And he was like,
is that even realistic?
Oh my God. I feel, how they're like, choose the man or the bear or whatever. And like those scenarios where it's like, if you were trapped in like an elevator with like a bear or a man, who would you rather be trapped in with? Like, like every woman should pick Chris over the bear because
same with Jimmy.
Yeah. Like he volunteered at a battered women's shelter when he was in college. Aww. And so he has this like sometimes I'll be like, spank me. And he'll be like, no, no, I don't want to do that. No.
That's so fantastic. Spank me, daddy.
No. He's like, no, you're too funny. And I'm like, okay.
I love you, but
yeah.
That's funny. Okay. All right. Well, I think we have covered all of our topics for
think
today.
we sure
oh
have.
My God. My watch hates me. It did it again. Okay. All right. We'll take the one drink out of your
All
drink
right.
today.
Cheers.
Yeah. Cheers.
Be bold.
Be brave.
Have a little shave.
What is it? Why can I not do this? Be bright and have a little bite. Damn it. Be bold, be bright, and have a little bite. Subscribe. Fuck. I cannot.